Hi, I'm Alex Grieve, aka Ibcrazy, and this is How to Be Successful in FPV, Part 10. How to make a long-range flight. Okay, long range, it seems to be the thing that gravitates people to FPV. I want to go long range. Hold your horses there. Make sure you're ready for this. Remember, long range is not easy, otherwise everybody would be doing it. And there are very few people that really go for the long range flight, because at distance, all of a sudden your signals get much weaker and things you didn't know existed start showing up in your control and your video feed that you can't quantify because you've never seen them at close range. So prepare yourself, set yourself up right, and plan your flight. Obviously, to make a long range flight, the first thing you're going to need is a high gain receiver antenna. In my case, I'm going to use the 13 dBi Pepper Box. Very, very long range antenna. What else works? Well, the crosshair works fine. 3 dBi less gain, but a little bit more forgiving. Yagi works, a biquad, even a high gain patch. In any case, higher gain means longer range, but remember, it also means narrower beam width. When selecting your high gain antenna, figure out about how much you're going to have the ability to aim it. Because if you can't aim it very well, or you can't stay in the beam, it's going to limit your ability to fly long range. There's a little bit more to long range than what it seems. You see, you'll see a lot of people posting about long range, but not what it took them to get there. As your signals get weaker, things start showing up in your video and in your control that didn't exist when you were flying close range. Well, they did exist, but the power was so great that you overcame them. So how do you figure out what those problems are going to be? And how do you take care of them? Well, the first thing you have to do is make sure you're not causing your own problem. And the other thing you need to do is make sure your flying location doesn't have that problem. So what you need to do? Plan your flight. In other words, look at a map. Figure out, I'm going to stand here and I want to fly over there. Take your directional antenna when you get out of the field, point it at that location, and go there. Now remember, directional antennas have a beam. If you point that antenna at that object, all of a sudden your beam opens wide up and you can fly all over the sky once you're out there. Just make sure you make a beeline right to it and you know how to get back. So make sure you've got an on-screen display, or you better be very, very, very good at navigation by landmarks. You think you're ready for a long-range flight. You've got it planned, you know where you want to go? Not so fast. You haven't done a long-range flight. You need to simulate a long-range flight to ensure you're going to be successful. Do you need to take this step? Well, you don't need to, but I highly recommend it. If you simulate long range, those problems that happen at long range now happen at a significantly shorter distance, so there's less risk of losing your aircraft. Now this is going to sound very alien, but if you've got return to home during the simulation, it's okay. Return to home may not be such a bad idea. Mind you, make sure you have it set per your mission so you don't lose your aircraft. Now, why simulate it? You wouldn't want to jump in the cockpit against guys that have been trained to fly on simulators without ever trying to fly some kind of combat yourself, would you? Same thing sort of applies here. Simulate your long-range flight before making the real one to make sure everything's okay. And how do you do that? Well, these little devices called attenuators. What's an attenuator? It simply cuts down on signal. Install them on your transmitter. Remember that every 6 dB cuts your range in half. So select an attenuator with a bare minimum of 12 dB up to, say about 40 is about the maximum you want to put on there. And what that does is it's simple math. If my simulated flight, I start to have problems at 4 miles, and I had 12 dB attenuation on the aircraft, then my long range flight, I can assume I'll make it close to 16 miles before I run into those problems. Well, if I only intended to fly 10, well, I've got 6 miles of error margin. Yeah, I can make that flight. Take the attenuator off and go make your long range flight. But if you have a problem at 2 miles, well, now your video link without that the 12 dB attenuator is only good for 8. You're not going to make it to that 10-mile range, and you just got lucky. Now, mind you, when you do go for that long-range flight, please disable return to home. When you're out at long distance, that return to home system is going to be very stressed, and it's likely going to drop the altitude of the airplane and crash it into something you didn't think of. You've already simulated your long-range flight. Make sure you study it very well, and you'll be ready. Take a deep breath and go for it. So, enough preaching, let's go do it. Okay, so here we are on site, ready for our long-range flight. I've got my radio all set up, ready to go. Plane trimmed out and test flown. Got my pepperbox antenna aimed, and I'm gonna be flying out that way where I've got a nice clean area and no obvious violations of the Fresnel zone until I get out some distance. And of course, I have my buddy here preparing to launch my airplane because, well, when you're tethered in like this, it's kind of hard to launch a wing that big. Now, on the airplane, I've got a turnstile antenna, which is best for horizontal polarization. So I'm going to lay my antenna transmitter flat to get maximum signal. You know how a dipole works. The signal comes out of the side. If you're flying a dipole upright on the airplane, you're going to want to be like this. In my case, I've got a turnstile, so I'm right here. So let's untangle my wire here. Let's do this.
We're straight to the left of you. We're right there to the left. Horseshoe is, that's up there.
You guys said you never really done any cloud busting, right? I'm not quite out of the distance so I can start to climb yet. How's the video looking to yours, Jason? Good. Are you getting any breakup? Or?
It's yellow right now.
Okay.
Breaking up.
Alright, it's Coronal zone violation. It's fine. Alright, now we can climb.
Oh, how calm you are. I know, where I'd be like, freaking out. Turn home.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, that's what loses an airplane, apparently.
Our battery died.
Yeah, battery died. Yeah, I get it too.
You're out 5,200 feet.
Oh, yeah, I'm out bouncing now. I'll get there in a second.
Well, you're at a mile.
Oh, yeah.
You're at a mile right now already. You're at, what, not even 1,000 feet yet? Are you 10.8 on battery?
Yeah, I'm wide open now. So I've got lots of battery left.
Right.
See that number at the bottom, which is 119?
Yeah.
I just gotta keep an eye on that. No, that is heading. Right there is heading.
So 118?
Yeah, that's my heading.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm climbing. I got a piece of something up there.
You're almost downtown.
Pretty close to it.
You're 2 miles out.
Not quite. Almost.
Man, you really can get far away from yourself very fast. 2 miles away.
2 miles, perfectly that way. Yeah.
We interrupt your flight to bring you a little information about what you're about to see. While this flight was intended to be perfect, almost everything that could go wrong did. The first thing you're going to notice, the video gets really weak around 3 miles. Why is that? Well, what I didn't realize is that my UHF radio here, very poorly filtered. So what's happening is it's screaming in the ear of my receiver antenna, and it's so close that all my receiver is beginning to hear is the interference from this box instead of from the airplane that's out 3 miles away. The way we took care of it, luckily, Jeremiah had a helical antenna on his ground station. He was watching it. All he did is he took his body and got it in between my radio and his receiver, and he was able to talk me into a turnaround. But that's not where the problems ended. You'll also notice shortly after that, my GPS arrows start to do this. Why did it do that? Well, I got into a headwind. Notice that I was almost a mile up. The wind current, very, very, very strong up there. In fact, the wind currents were so strong that it was blowing my airplane backwards despite the fact that I was at nearly full throttle. And therefore I had to kick the throttle all the way up and put the plane into a dive to bring it back home. Now that's a little bit unnerving, especially when you've got a video link that's questionable. Again, these kind of things can happen at range. You don't know what the wind currents are when you're up a mile. Well, there was more that went wrong with that airplane, because as I throttled up, I realized something. My battery voltage had dropped very, very low. So the whole time I'm very nervous. Is this battery going to drop out on me? Getting ready to back off the sticks and milk it home if I have to, keeping in mind that hard, strong wind. Ready to return to home doesn't account for that. It doesn't count for low battery voltage. I was ready for it. Luckily, I didn't need it. But I did have another problem. You'll see it when I'm about 1.5 miles away, it seems like I'm home free. And then my elevon rips. My control horn actually began to pull out of the elevon on the airplane, causing me to only have control of one side of the aircraft. And how did I make it home? Well, I'll let you watch the rest of the video and see how it turned out.
Yeah, I'm actually catching reflections off of this hill. Not bad ones, but reflected.
2,000 feet up?
Yeah.
7,000.
This climb's like such a kill.
How high are those clouds?
Those?
You think
Oh,
7?
7, close to it. 6, 7. They're up there.
Are you going to work your way back this way?
Huh? Oh yeah, eventually. But I gotta... You don't want to fly over top of yourself. When you go for altitude, you go out. Here, I'm edging over. I am over 2 miles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you understand? I got a lot of altitude for my distance out. I don't want to turn around too much.
What do you mean?
Oh, because I'm at a high alpha. I'm like 30 degrees up. I mean, you look at my pitch.
Yeah. That's on the helical.
So we got 3 miles. Oh yeah, you're getting way. I mean, I'm flying 800 milliwatts.
Yeah.
Man, with a transmit power.
I need to be up higher though.
Yeah, is it fading out on you a little bit?
If I cap mine down closer to the hill, I definitely am. 3,700 feet, 1,700 feet out, so 5,000.
Yeah, I'm getting multi-pass pretty hard.
Over 3 miles out.
Is it looking like shit to you too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I still got video. I got mine held up high though.
Yeah, my video sucks. In fact, it's completely out.
Okay.
Guide me in.
Come left. Come left. Easy. Keep coming a little bit right there. We're heading back towards that. A little bit more left. A little more left. Keep coming left. Left. Right here. Left. There we go. Left. Right there.
Okay. 10-4 is my... Why am I...
Nope. I don't know. Keep coming back left.
I got some wind currents, so... Don't have a whole lot of time coming back, so... Yeah, I got a blockage, that's all that's happening. But...
Yeah, you need to start going back to us.
Yeah, I'm getting reflections off my own battery. That is.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah.
A little bit. There we go. Now you're heading back. Now we're starting to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those things, knowing today is not your day. That would be it.
You're at 1,700 feet away. 17,000 feet away. Yeah, I'm not getting really anything.
Move the pepper box. I mean, because of my altitude, dude.
Are you just flying from your satchel?
Yeah.
Oh. You're over there.
You can hunt it by turning the pepper box on its side. Turn it on its side, hunt it, figure out exactly where it is.
I got it. I got you. You're coming back. You're at 4,900 feet up. 17 out.
Come on,
you are. You're going the wrong direction.
No, it's just the GPS is messing up. Battery voltage is low, so I'm going to take it easy.
Yes, you can listen back and forth, but yeah, that's downtown, I think.
Guys, I got my video. What do you see?
You're still fine. Keep to the right. Keep it just
what
on
is
that.
with the fucking GPS, man?
Yeah, keep on that. You're fine.
So I'm coming back at 30 miles an hour. So in 6 minutes, I should be back. Didn't hold out that long. Glad I got out of that wind. Whew.
500 up. Boy, that GPS got screwy there for a bit, like it was just all over. Dang. That's it, and you're doing 20, 30? Yeah, I see us. To the right.
You don't see us. No way.
What? No, the golf course. What?
Where's the golf course?
Straight ahead.
Oh, is that it? That little blip right there?
Yeah.
In the crosshair?
Yeah.
Well, I have done before. Yeah, the wind currents up top are really screwy.
It's a lot crazy. Are you wide open?
Oh yeah, I'm still open. I've been flight for almost half an hour now.
Have we been flying for almost a half?
Oh.
Holy, you're right.
Yeah, it's still sinking. The plane's actually, I actually can't climb. As much as I'm giving it climb, I mean, it's downdraft, the plane simply cannot fight.
You're 1,800 feet away.
Oh yeah, that's
or 8,000.
8,000. Oh yeah, I'm home free at this point. I'm just saying. See, look at where my nose is, and I'm just fighting. And that's level. I just cannot get keep the nose up. And this is full throttle, fighting it.
Wow.
We lost the servo horn, guys. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Just look, my stick is buried in the corner.
You can't turn?
No. Trying.
Nothing?
Max turn right there. I'm trying to climb and turn left.
Oh no.
Okay. Ooh. I'm right.
How are you turning it?
I'm not.
6,900 feet away. 700 feet out. 700 feet elevation.
I'm trying to climb.
Can you torque to turn?
I can't turn it. I lost something. Getting over with that leaf thing. That's the golf course, so here we are.
I'm having trouble seeing for mine.
Jason, I'm going to rely on you to keep on it.
I'm tracking. You're 58 out. 40 up.
Really the wrong plane to do this on this day. I did not expect to do something.
Okay, 5,000. 5,000. You're a mile out. Mile out. There we go. 570. Oh, you're climbing a little bit. You
started to. The wind is just killing me, that's all.
How are you maintaining heading?
I got one aileron.
Okay, I was going to say.
Got one. Come on, dude, get over there, There we go. Yeah, I busted. Something went. This has actually been probably the most frustrating flight I've ever done.
46 out, 44 out, 400 up.
Alright, got climb, come on, just give me some altitude. She's still falling.
Is your battery done?
No, she's not, look, she's not turning. Come on, turn, there we go, now come back up.
You might be in high alpha. 35 out.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to make it back, so come on, we're going to have to fight. Well, maybe she is, I don't know.
Crap, I wish you could get on to...
It's alright, I mean, we're okay, we're almost there. I just got to not let the stupid plane sink.
Are you full throttle?
I'm wide open, as much as she gets.
Okay, that big house. Can you look to the left a little?
It's alright, we know where we're going in.
Yeah, put down there?
Right here.
Okay, that's Langhorn. Langhorn, I don't got anything. Alright,
I'm out.
So you're in. I'm out.
Alright, we know where we are.
So, here's the remnants of our unexpected landing 2,000 feet out. The problem? Got a little bit of play in my ailerons there. Foam got a little worn out. Didn't expect that. Thank goodness I turned around the instant I knew I had a problem. At range, when you have a problem, you really have a problem. Like I said, know when the day isn't your day and turn around and come back home. I called it about 2,000 feet too late, but thanks to a recording and a GPS, plane's coming home for repair and we'll fly another day. Here's another thing you notice the whole time I'm flying. I didn't click any switches for return to home. In fact, return to home would have lost my plane forever, because return to home can't compensate for problems on the airplane. Return to home would go, oh, I'm going to move this servo. And nothing would move. Return to home isn't a pilot, but an experienced pilot can bring even the most damaged airplane back home so long as there's enough left of it to fly. This one lives to fight another day. I'm Ibcrazy, and keep your wings in the sky.